Bangkok is one of the most popular cities for digital nomads. However, when looking online, you will see so much different information about your monthly cost of living, which you can expect when staying here in Bangkok. Monthly prices ranging from $1,000 to $2,000 and sometimes even higher. But how much does it actually cost you? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of my monthly expenses while living here in Bangkok, Thailand, and breaking it down completely for you. So hopefully you can make the decision if you want to travel to Bangkok as well. And before we dive in, I want to give a little heads up and disclaimer that of course my monthly costs are completely based on my own personal experience and that this can be completely different for you. So just see this as a bit of an insight into my financial situation here in Bangkok. So you can also make decisions for yourself. Of course, we're starting off with our accommodation. I've also made a complete video tour about the condo where I'm staying, XT Akamai. So if you want to see a full tour of the condo itself, you can check it out on my channel as well. However, for the monthly cost of living in Bangkok specifically, it can change so much because we booked this condo through Airbnb and we're paying $900 per month. So that is quite expensive. However, we are in a super location. We really love the condo and the amenities, but you can definitely find also some less expensive options. I would say for low budget options, you could go from $300 to $600 per month. And of course, you can go as high as you want with even apartments from $2,000 a month. When looking at accommodation on Airbnb, just know that you will always pay a bit higher price instead of when renting for long term, such as a period of a year or half a year. The cost will definitely be different then. So for us, we're just renting this apartment 2 months, which makes it $900 per month. I need to say though that we're not paying for any utilities or amenities. It's all included into that $900. Personally, I really think that it's worth it. We really like the location of the apartment specifically. We are pretty close, in our opinion, to the BTS. I think it's around a 20-minute walk, but I think it's a nice and good way to get some steps in. We are close to lots of restaurants, to a shopping mall. So yeah, for us, it's really the perfect space. And by the way, if you're someone like me and you're sometimes having a hard time finding the best accommodation or finding a complete travel guide on new digital nomad locations, or just connecting with like-minded people like digital nomads, then I'm actually building the perfect thing for you, and that is an online community called the Nomad Anchor, your global home base. I'm freaking excited that it's launching very soon. And if you're someone that really wants to upgrade their digital nomad lifestyle, then I would highly suggest checking out the link in the description. So you can already sign up for the waitlist, so you'll be the first to notified when the Nomad Anchor will launch. Then for the next category is transportation. And with a city as large as Bangkok, getting around can be as easy as frustrating at the same time because the traffic is so hectic and busy. But you can also grab a taxi or a bike or a BTS like everywhere. So it's like a double situation. So it's pretty hard to give you an average of my monthly cost due to the transportation, as it really changes with the day. Sometimes we're traveling, sometimes we're just staying near the condo. However, I would go around $60 to $75 per month. Over to another important part of the digital nomad lifestyle, and this really changes for anyone, and that is co-working spaces or cafes. Personally, I prefer to work from my condo in the Sky Lounge because it's such an amazing spot with an amazing view from the 38th floor. However, there are also many different options for co-working spaces, and I would count on around $5 to $15 per day, or of course you can use for a monthly subscription to the co-working space and it will be less. Bangkok also has so many cute cafes. There are just endless options, and for coffee I would count around $2 to $4 in like a good cafe with stable Wi-Fi. In my case, I mostly work from home, so I'm not adding up any of those costs in my monthly total, as I actually only work from the condo itself. But then you will have a bit of an insight of what you can expect when you do like to work outside. Then it's time to go over two of my favorite parts of this video, and we're starting off with food cost. So we don't do a lot of groceries, so I would say maybe around maximum of $20 per week. But that's also because we actually don't really cook at home or prepare anything. We really like to go out to eat at local restaurants or something else. So I can't tell you much about that. However, I can tell you a lot more about dining out, for example. Starting off with local restaurants that are serving Thai dishes. This can easily start at around $1 to $3. I think that's around it, and it's really delicious. It's so nice. We have a few nice restaurants close to our apartment, so we really like to switch it up every day and just go to a different one each day, and it's great, and the people are so nice. So that's a very good option for food. And you can also expect to pay around that for street food prices, and that will be just as delicious as well. Then of course you have a bit of a higher price segment with Western food, and for Western food I would expect around $10 per dish. Like yesterday we were having dinner at this very nice community space with lots of different smaller food stands offering a wide variety of dishes, and we had a pizza and that was around $10, and we also had a dish with fried chicken and waffles, and that was also around $10. However, eating and dining out in Bangkok is just the same as with apartments. You can easily do it on the less expensive side when only eating out at local restaurants. However, you can also make it expensive as you want. You will also find lots of different high-end restaurants where you can easily spend around $200, even more. So it's really all up to you. Maybe you want to spend one day a bit more, one day a bit less. It's all possible in Bangkok. And to be honest, we haven't had any bad food so far. It's all delicious, so there are always more than enough choices to choose from. And then for the monthly cost, I would say that for one person we are spending around, it's very hard to say, I think around $550 to $800. It's a very big range, I know, sorry, but it really depends on how we're spending our days. Sometimes spending money just goes way faster when you're heading out and having a nice time, but we're also having days where we're maybe spending like $10. So it really depends on our daily activities. And let me know in the comments, because I'm very curious, like, what are you spending on food costs per month? Maybe you're traveling, then let me know for that specific destination, or if you're at home, let me know as well. I'm very curious to know, and if it also changes so much for you. Then it's time for another fun part or topic from this monthly breakdown, and that is entertainment and fun extras. Starting off with shopping. This is really based on personal experience, but I think for last month we spent around $150 for shopping. But as I said, shopping really changes for everyone, because we also have months where we're not spending any money on shopping, so this was a bit of a special month. Then another thing to keep in mind is gym memberships. This is also something that you can go to a low budget gym, but you also have very expensive gyms here in Bangkok with all the amenities that you can think of that could be in a gym. However, we have a gym in our apartment building, so we're not using any of those. And then over to some fun activities. This also really ranges, and that's just like something coming back in this video over and over again. However, I would say around activities per time is around $10 to $20 for like normal activities, like going out to the cinema or like an arcade hall or a small trip. But this also can go way higher the more crazy fun thing you're doing. And not to forget that there are also many free things to explore and do in Bangkok, such as the Art Cultural Center near MBK Mall. I've created a video about that as well during my last visit in Bangkok. And of course you can also explore so many different areas in Bangkok and just go out and see where you wander, and that's all free as well, so I'd highly suggest that as well. So for activities I would say around $100 per month, and that's maybe even a bit high. And then then for the last part of this video, before we go over to the breakdown, there are a few costs that can't be missed when staying here or in any location. This is of course a SIM card. If you're choosing for a local SIM card or an eSIM, we have a SIM card from True Mobile, and that cost us this month around $8, and that is for 30 days of internet because we already had the SIM card. If you don't, however, I would say around $15. Then there's also the important thing of health insurance. I'm not adding it up to this monthly breakdown as it's not dependent on the specific location of Bangkok. However, I will leave a link down below in the description with as well the Nomad Anchor waitlist. So if you're interested, you could check out my recommendation as well. And then it's finally time for the total monthly cost of living. And I want to give a little disclaimer as well, because in this breakdown you will find the 900 for the apartment. As I said, I'm sharing this with my partner. However, to give you a complete overview, I'm adding it as 900 in total. All the other costs will be for one person, like food and transportation. So with that being said, I come to a total of around $1,900 per month. So what do you think? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's expensive? Do you think it's not expensive at all? Let me know in the comments down below so we can have a little chat about that. And don't get me wrong, of course it really depends on your lifestyle and specific choices that you're making, like dining out, yes or no, activities, shopping. But with this video I just wanted to give you a bit of an insight into my life, and as said, it really changes for everyone. So in the end, I hope this video was helpful and gave you more insight what you can expect when living in Bangkok, Thailand as a digital nomad. And then I hope to see you at the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!